So here is a unbreakable wall or door machine that I made. So if you look here, this will automatically generate, and it is very. And you might be able to break through to creative and with maybe efficiency 5 tools if you're lucky. But I think for the it's almost 100% unbreakable of a door, and it's actually not that complicated of design. Like if you look here, it's basically it has four. This design has four parts. It has a cobblestone generator, so there is lava under here. So there would be lava right about there, I think, and on each side. And so what happens? And it's the same thing. So what happens is, if I break a block, yeah, there's lava right there. Then this piston, which is a sticky piston, well, okay, the water and lava regenerate the stone. Then I break this, and then it regenerates. The sticky piston pulls the stone up, and it gets pushed across. So I could do this, and it will regenerate. And it doesn't look like it regenerates very fast. So yeah, it doesn't look like it regenerates very fast. But when you add 4 of these machines working at the same time, it's pretty fast. So those so the first part is the cobblestone generator. And then there's the piston cycler, which it basically moves it. So this piston pulls it up from the cobblestone generator, then this piston pushes it across. Then this middle piston combines these two generators and pushes it across to here. And these two pistons just like push it up into the doorway. And so how this is all powered, with the exception of this machine, I'll talk about that later, is by 2 redstone clocks. They're very simple. They're just an observer and a piston, which creates a very fast signal. So, and they have different delays that I've tried out here. And it basically just sends a signal for all of them to rapid fire and quick at like different times, and it usually, with the exception of these are a bit crazy sometimes. It works pretty well. And and the reason I don't use observers is because observers work well until it maxes out, like the blocks max out. Because what happens is when you start it up, the blocks slowly like come up and up there, so that it gets maxed out. But then if I break a block here, then the observer, which would be connected to over here, wouldn't know to resend something. So that's why I don't use observers. Resend the signal, I mean. And yeah, so, and the last part before I show, like, this thing in survival, is this. This is just kind of a secondary, because Bedrock, like, it's very kind of randomized how all this stuff works, especially with the pistons. So sometimes it will stutter or something, and it will let somebody through. So then these basically, you have to have, I think, like a high efficiency tool to break these, like maybe diamond pick efficiency 3 or 4, because it goes really fast and it blocks your entrance, but the block moves out of the screen, so then it can't be broken. It moves back in and out of view, so it can't be really quickly, so it can't be broken. So here, I'll show this in survival. Check. So you can see it's an efficiency pickaxe. You cannot get through whatsoever. It's just absolutely locked. And then you can go to efficiency 2. you're probably not going to get through. Efficiency 3. Yeah, still nothing's happening. Efficiency 4, you might be able to get through the first layer if you're lucky. As you can see, my cursor's positioned, so it'll start mining the next block as soon as it's been updated. And efficiency 5 is where it starts to break through. Sometimes, I don't know. Okay, do you know what? Maybe I some... Oh yeah, there we go. So we'll start to break through. And it's very glitchy, and I'm in peaceful, but normally you'd be taking a lot of damage and it would kill you within 15 seconds. So I might be able to get through here. I don't know. No, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, I think it is actually... It should be pretty much impossible for anything to break through. So yeah, that's the machine I made. It's pretty much my own design. Like, as you can see, this... I'm just gonna change my game mode. So, like, this was my first design, and basically how it worked is... These were the cobblestone generators. They were huge and not very efficient, and it was just, like, wasting a lot of space. Like, this one's not that much, isn't huge. And by the way, the redstone on this could be a lot more, like, condensed and short. It's a lot easier to see when it's more spread out. So, yeah. And the redstone, like, how this works similar, but it was a lot slower because there was less updates, and yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to explain a bit of how to build this. So basically, the design I use for the cobblestone generators is, well, so you want 2 blocks and then a hole. That's for the water. It just will stay nicely there. And then you need to put just close this off and put the lava here. So that's the cobblestone generator. And then I'm not gonna build all 4, but basically what you need to do is you put the lava there, and then you link them up so that they're all kind of making a, like, kind of circle-ish shape. And then it's a weird shape. And then for putting the sticky piston, the pistons on the cobblestone generator, you go like this. Or here, I'll just do a whole second. Go like that. And then... Oh, darn, I need a piston. Then, like that. And so, yeah. And then I'll just show how to do the clock quickly. So for the redstone clock, you want just observer. It's really simple. Observer, piston, and then that. Then you need to place 1 block down to start the clock, and it'll just go unless it glitches out or something. Which it doesn't very often. And for connecting the clock, you need to... Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting stuff. You use a repeater, redstone, and then this strand of redstone goes to here. and then you make a, believe it's, then you go one more out, put a bit of a delay on that. And then I couldn't really figure out the best delay. I think it's either 1 and 2 or 2 and 2 might also work. Like here. Like you might need to mess around with the delays bit. And by the way, this this like that this actual design was my own idea. The concept of like the cobblestone infinite wall, I didn't make it. I think it was Bumbo Jumbo or something. And yeah, I'll show you how to make this quickly. So say if, well, I don't really need to show it, but it's pretty simple. Basically, this observer detects whenever this moves. It's basically that redstone clock, but then this piston also faces down and it moves this redstone block, which propels these two. And it's a bit tricky getting it started. You just have to put a button beside the redstone and click that or do something similar. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope, and yeah, hopefully this was useful. And it does work in survival. It, I, it, it probably, this was obviously made on Bedrock and might work in Java. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching.